This is a presentation video on MML GCCP assignment 3 A3, which is on ICF 8 core competencies. So I will just take you to the crux of CC development plan for each of the 8 core competencies, out of which the first CC, that is CC1, is demonstrate ethics, and in our A1 I have already briefed on this particular slide, but I will still go for the crux. So always start with the confidentiality statement at the start of your every coaching conversation, whether the coaching conversation is into the buddy coaching or observed coaching session or in session coaching practice or in YML CMC, because you must inculcate the habit that at the start itself you will reconfirm that whatever we are discussing shall remain confidential. Always wear only one hat during the session, that is a hat of a coach. Now, how to further develop your CC2, which is coaching mindset? Again, I am just going for the crux and not the entire slide, because in the CC sessions, the faculty has already taught you this particular slide. So always acknowledge and respect client's unique identity, talents, values, strengths, beliefs. That is, you must acknowledge, you must appreciate wherever possible. The who of the client and the what of the client are both important. So although the coaching has to be the coaching to the person and not to the problem, but for the client, the problem is also important. So you need to balance between the who and what. Of course, the more focus has to be given on the who of the client, but that does not mean as a coach we will ignore what. Sharing observations, metaphors, stories, examples is all right, but that sharing must be done by the coach without any attachment. So it is not a direction, it is not a recommendation made to the client, but it is just one of the options or one of the insights which you are putting on the table. And how you will develop this particular coaching mindset? When throughout this coaching education, during each and every coaching practice session, during your buddy coaching, you will always wear the hat of the coach and you will utilize MML coaching log format to reflect on how you can further enhance your coaching mindset and coaching skills. CC3 establishes and maintains agreement. So there are 4 key pointers what you must practice during your every coaching conversation. Always reconfirm the session goal. Let coachee reconfirm the session goal. Let coachee reconfirm measures of success for the session. As a coach, you have to check the importance and the meaningfulness of the larger picture of the session goal and how the session goal is related to the overarching assignment goal. Also, during the conversation, check on what needs to be addressed by the coachee to achieve the goal. What are the opportunities and what are the obstacles? Cultivate trust and safety, CC4. Be authentic, be vulnerable. If you don't know something, declare that you don't know. Always acknowledge client's talent, strengths. Acknowledge the emotions and the feelings. There is a difference between acknowledgement and validation. I'm not asking you to validate those particular emotions, but you have to understand and acknowledge that particular emotion. And how you will do it? So inculcate the right habit by always first developing connection with the coachee. Whether it is a small practice session or whether it is a coaching with the external client, you cannot start the coaching unless you re-establish the connection with the coachee. CC5 maintains presence. Always let client set the agenda and choose what happens during the session. It is the client who must be in a driving place during the session. The coach has to utilize the power of pause and silence. Whenever you listen to the coachee, take a pause when coachee says something, and during that particular pause, do manan, do reflection, and your next question must come from what client has said prior. Never have any performance pressure as a coach. A coach has to be fully present for the session, demonstrate curiosity, and create a space for reflection for the coachee. That is the role of the coachee. That is what maintaining presence is all about. CC6 listens actively. You have to listen to connect. You have to listen like Shravan. Intent listening without any judgment. Of course, you will apply DISC NLP communication model, NLP meta model to further enhance your listening and understanding the client. You have to listen to understand why client wants what client wants. You have to listen to first reflect as a coach and also allow client to reflect. CC7 evokes awareness. As a coach, you have to support client to reflect, reframe, and go beyond the current problem and goal so that client can look at the new ways, new choices, and the larger picture and the possibilities. Always ask primarily open-ended, one-liner, short questions and allow client to do the most of the talking. Ensure that during this particular coaching conversation, at least 50% of the session time is devoted in coaching process code app D, that is discover, that is evoking awareness. CC8 facilitates client growth. Always co-design the action plan with the client. So it is not only the responsibility of the client, and of course it is not the responsibility of the coach. It is a joint responsibility between a coach and client to co-design an action plan. At the end of every coaching conversation, every coaching session, invite client to summarize the learning from the session along with the next action steps. Partner with the client for a system to monitor the progress. There has to be a system in place. You cannot police it. You have to act like a partner. Take every opportunity to celebrate client success and progress. Now, these are the ways in which you can further improve these 8 core competencies. Now, what actions you are taking specifically so that you will inculcate these competencies, these habits, these practices, and how you will progress towards becoming a competent, successful, and contributing coach. That is what you need to submit and present during reflection session 3. So in reflection session 3, you will be presenting in total 3 assignments, A1, A2, and A3, and you shall get, that is every learner shall get maximum 5 minutes to present 3 assignments, A1, A2, A3. All the best for your reflection session 3 and presentation of your assignment A1, A2, and A3.